Here we have Emma and Harriet going out to visit a poor family and take them food or supplies or something. Not sure what. Also to just kind of talk with them and visit with them and, show show some common or show some understanding, show some connection. This is one of the things that wealthy people did to sort of um, maintain a connection with society, to be thought of as members of the society as opposed to the rich people up on the hill who control everything and are evil, evil monsters who must be destroyed. So Emma goes and she talks with the family and visits them and brings stuff. And they had some illness, which is kind of terrible. And it made their bad situation worse. And so perhaps she gave medicine as well. Then her and Harriet are walking back. And the house is on Vicarage Lane. And a vicarage uh, is a residence attached to a church where the pastor or vicar or whatever the term used by that particular congregation lives. So part of the pay of the vicar of the church is he gets to stay in the vicarage. So he doesn't have to pay for a house. He doesn't have to pay for rent. He doesn't have to pay for that. The housekeeper may have been provided by the church as well, though Mr. Elton is fairly well off. So he doesn't really need the house, but it comes with the job. This is something else that shows up in Pride and Prejudice. There's a vicar in that one as well. And so, here they go by the vicarage, and Emma comes up with this idea of, hey, I broke a shoelace. And she breaks it and she tosses it into the woods. Because, otherwise you can just tie the shoelace together and make do with it until you get home. But she breaks off the shoelace and then ditches it. It's like, oops, no shoelace. Can I borrow some string or a ribbon or another shoelace? And which gets them into the house. And Harriet had wanted to see the house and never seen it. Emma had seen it apparently before, probably several times, because her family was influential, and so you have the influential people inviting each other over to play cards and whatnot. Um, Harriet's worried about Emma becoming an old maid. Um, and there is some of that. Uh, Emma has some points where it's like, well, people don't like the old maids because they're poor and they can't take care of themselves. And she's like, I have all of this money. And Harriet's like, well, what will you do? And Emma was like, I'll just do the stuff I do now. I'll play music, I'll draw, I'll read books. And when one of those gets boring, I'll move on to something else. I'll make rugs. Yeah. And she has this whole list of things. It's like, okay, I'll do this and I'll do that and I'll do the other thing. And perhaps she will. She would if she doesn't get married. But an interesting thing is that she complained about the woman, the Miss Pitts, being a busybody and always gossiping. And gossip, I've said before, is a horrible, horrible thing. And the really funny thing is that, and most people don't realize this, one of the heaviest put down sins in the Bible is gossip. And I mean, that's one of those things. It's like, no, gossip is bad. Gossip is terrible. And St. Paul warns a couple of times. It's like, no, get the women married. Don't let them just hang around and gossip. Because the gossip, when you start gossiping, you start breaking things into you start breaking things up into cliques, and when you break things up into cliques, they start fighting among themselves, and when they fight among themselves, nothing gets done, and things get undone. And so, Emma doesn't realize it's like, hey, if I just like, become an old maid with nothing really to do, she's going to just start making, gossip. Well, she'll start matchmaking and probably just do it out of boredom and not really consider the thoughts and the feelings of everybody. So, um, Harriet's probably right here that Emma would be well served and probably happier in the long run if she had a family, if she had a husband and had kids of her own, rather than just borrowing the nieces and nephews. Yeah.